Amos Osborne, Ryan Wehmeyer here, and I am going to go ahead and demonstrate standard anatomical position and describe the elements that that show this. So I am going to stand at attention, and I have my feet spread apart a little bit, and my hands are by my sides, and I have my thumbs pointing outward. And so I'm standing at attention, and this is anatomical position. And next thing, describe the major. All right, little glitch there. Now I'm going to describe the major planes that divide the body, and I've got my little buddy here to help me out. So the first one is the sagittal plane. This divides the body into right and left parts. And so if I put the paper right between this guy, dividing him into left and right, then that is the sagittal plane. If it's in the middle of him, then it's called the mid-sagittal plane. And the next one is the frontal plane, and this divides the body into posterior and anterior parts. And it looks like this. Just gonna put it right through this guy like that. He's lying flat, and it's going through him just like this. And that's the frontal plane. The next plane is the transverse plane, and it involves a horizontal division through the superior and inferior parts of the body. And it looks like this. So it's just gonna go right through here like that. Can go through any part. It's a horizontal division. And so there's that. Next, I'm going to talk about homeostasis, and it involves the body maintaining its internal equilibrium. It's biological and chemical balancing act that allows the body to stay healthy and function correctly. And a couple of examples, couple of organ systems. Well, I would like to back up and just say that it's a very complex thing that's done day and night, whether we're awake or asleep. It's done largely without us being aware of it going on. It's something that's done in the background, and it's an amazing thing. So a couple of examples. We have the integumentary system that involves the skin, and so whenever we get really hot, our body hypothalamus tells our body to cool itself off by it alerts sweat glands that cause us to sweat, releasing perspiration, and the heat escapes that way, allowing our temperature to come back down, into a healthy range. We also see this take place when the body is really, really cold and we start to shiver. Our muscles get going, which allows our temperature to come back up. So that either way, we are staying within a healthy temp range. And this is an example of a negative feedback mechanism, which again brings our body back into equilibrium. And another organ system that is involved that shows this is the endocrine system. And so if our blood sugar ever gets too high, our and the book gives this example as and it talks about how our pancreas will produce more insulin, and this will be released into the blood, allowing our cells to absorb more glucose because of the insulin being in the bloodstream. The cells are able to absorb more of the glucose, allowing our blood sugar levels to once again come into a correct range. So those are two examples of, real quick, going back to the example with the temperature. I've read about an interesting example in a book called The Body by Bill Bryson, and he mentions an example where there was an experiment done where a guy was put on a treadmill and he had to run a marathon, and they exposed him to a wide temperature range, everything from I think around 40 degrees below zero to around 130 degrees, and over the course of the marathon, and his temperature varied, his core body temperature varied less than 1 degree. So it's pretty amazing, pretty sophisticated system there going there. So that's all I have for today. So thank you.